Welcome, this is CrazyMan7777 here, and this is something that some of you guys may not remember or have ever seen, but it is something that I have been trying to do for a long time. It's been a while since I did a little Battlescape review, and of course it's not actually on these things. These are the actual Battlescapes, just so you know, but the reason why I call it a Battlescape review is because a while ago I made quite a few interesting battles on those Battlescapes, and so I took little videos of them, and those are in my old reviews category, I believe. So this is another one. This is kind of a review of the anniversary ones. This one is themed over the Arbiter, if you can't tell. So we're just gonna look straight into it. I'll see you guys there. So first we're gonna start in the back with the Prophet of Truth or Regret. I'm using him as a regret today. Just so you guys know, I'm pretty sure this is the Prophet of Truth just based off of his little, the color of him and his little crown. It's kind of what gives it away. Yeah. But I'm using him as Regret today because we don't have a Regret figure. Regret is prevalent in multiple Halo games, mainly Halo Wars. So this is a little tribute to Halo Wars that I have made in the background here, using anniversary figures as well as some original Omega Blocks figures, which you guys probably have not seen for a long time, and I have no idea if I even reviewed their sets. So first and foremost, we have Regret in the background, sending forward his honor guards as well as the Arbiter on a little suicide mission, as he always does in Halo Wars. There we have it, right there. We have specifically two honor guards running forward behind the Arbiter. One that has beaten down an anniversary collection Marine from a set that I don't remember. I think I reviewed the Floodgate set, and he has a different gun than he did in that set, if you guys haven't noticed. So he has a sniper rifle. I was going to have him kill someone, but I decided that I already had another sniper rifle guy in this little Battlescape anyway, so we're just going to ignore that and keep it on him. Basically, he's just getting beat down with the staff. Same thing is happening right over here with another of the guys. And last, we have an honor guard that's actually being killed by dual SMGs, which is kind of hard to see. We will go further into that. Right there. Dual SMGs. And I haven't decided yet whether this specific Spartan is in fact Master Chief, or if he's just he's just an Alpha Team Spartan from Halo Wars. I'm not sure yet. I used to use him as Master Chief in my Battlescapes because he looks fairly similar to the Master Chief in Halo 1 and 2, as well as sort of looking like the one in Halo 3. But I'm just going to say that he's a Spartan Alpha Team leader because he has a shotgun and he's green. And then we have the other Alpha Team Spartans that will be familiar if you had played Halo Wars. It is the one with the sniper rifle right here, and then the SMG one that we just took a look at. And they are charging at the enemy, as well as the Arbiter is charging at them. So that's a little bit interesting. Another side note for this one, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but the difference between the older anniversary, non-anniversary collection things in here and the new ones. Like for example, the honor guards. These two up here are both original honor guards from the honor guard sets, and they are highly detailed in comparison to the other ones. From this distance it's kind of hard to tell, but first you will notice that there is a little bit more gold on their head, like there's little gold stripes right on top of their head right there. There also happen to be little gold markings right here, and on their legs a little bit more. They have glowing markers on their chest, and they also have golden parts on their headpiece right next to their eyes, as well as having painted in eyes. And lastly, for this little part, you can see that this guy has swung his staff and it hit this little marine here and he's falling over. So, interesting parts of this little section of the Battlescape would be the fact that I use these anniversary Marines instead of actual Halo Wars Marines. That was kind of a snap decision that I made, because I didn't really want to put... if I would have used Halo Wars Marines, I would have put a lot of them on there, because I have almost 20 of those, and that would be a ridiculous number. See, if I had not been using my extra, my Halo Wars Elites with energy swords for that, for something else, then I would have done that. Like, this whole Battlescape would have been entirely about Halo Wars, and it would have been the Spartans charging at the front of like 1,000,000 Marines getting killed by energy sword elites, and then the Arbiter all the way at the other end fighting some guy. But I did get the Arbiter in here with his little signature running position that he has in Halo Wars. You can see from all sides, and this is a little bit challenging to get him in this position specifically, because you have to be able to balance the front and the back of the figure, because he tended in the game to swing his two swords back behind him while he was running, and that was really cool looking, but also really hard to duplicate into figures in any way. So I had to use, for this specific one, I had to use a little bit of my physics to balance it out with a base plate on the bottom. There's no way that this guy would be standing up without it. And another thing that was challenging about it is that you have to make sure that you get him in his standing position first, because his standing position is far different from any other elite in Halo history, and personally it is just really cool. So if you can get him into his standing position, then you can make him run like this. And that's the only way it really works. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's my simple-esque explanation of it. And for those who are wondering, this Arbiter is from Halo Wars as well as the rest of these figures, sort of. And he is the Arbiter Ripa Mornimi, just so you know. Just because, why not? Alright, and then we'll move to the front part of this little collection that I have. Yeah, I know it's not really much of a move, but, whatever. This one is a little bit harder, specifically because I was using only Anniversary Collection figures. The good thing is that apparently I have a lot of them, even though I only have, 4 4 sets of these figures, but it doesn't really matter since I just spent like $100 on one of these sets, and that probably was where the majority of these figures come from. Anyway, so we move from one Arbiter to the other. This, like I said, this little thing is legitimately about the Arbiters, and thinking that this guy's running position is a little bit messed up. 1 second. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I forgot to do the greatest thing of all, which is move the foot backwards on the thigh. Anyway, this one is about the next Arbiter in line. I think literally the next Arbiter in line in not only the Mega Block series, but in the actual Halo series itself. This is Thelvadam, or Thelvadamy, or whatever the hell you want to call him. I kind of want to call him Thelvadamy because reasons, but whatever. There's like 2 E's at the end of his name, so I'm pretty sure it's Thelvadamy, but you can call him Thelvadam. I don't care. Anyway, Thelvadamy is the one responsible for the Civil War, sort of, in the Covenant, as well as pretty much a majority of the events in Halo 2, part to Master Chief, obviously. This one is a little bit interesting because it's kind of a flip of the other one. The other one, there was like 3 Spartans and 2 dead Marines and a bunch of honor guards looking awesome. This one, we actually do have an honor guard of a sort. We have the Prophet in his hologram form. This is Truth this time, sending out his guys, and he has Tartarus. You know, Tartarus is like his main right-hand man, which is funny because I put him on his left. And then I have some random spiker that's sitting on the ground there that was supposed to be next to... Actually, you know what, that makes sense because it's supposed to be Truth. Never mind. No, that's a reference to Halo 3. Just add, you don't have to get it. Anyway, this side, this time we have 2 honor guard. We have Tartarus and his 2 honor guards, special brutes with their glowing stuff all over them, and they are kind of standing in the back, being about as useless as possible. One of them is kind of shooting, but not really. Next, we have the 2 jackals that came with one of the most expensive sets that I have. These are, in fact, anniversary jackals, though. You can tell by the white color they are not Halo 3 or Halo 1 jackals. They are definitely Halo 2 jackals. Like I said, this one is a flip. I will show you why. Here we have it. This is the flip part. The other one, like I said, is simply a bunch of guys getting beat on, and then there's only hope at the end of it. This time, we have the Covenant getting beat on, and Tartarus is just sitting at the back being completely useless. And it's basically kind of symbolic of the games because the Arbiter in Halo 2 is basically sent on suicide missions against the Marines and the Flood and the Foreigners to get the ring, Delta Halo, or Installation 05 if you prefer, under the Covenant control, which they sort of do, not really. And it also has the reference to the fact that Tartarus kind of stands at the back of every mission and doesn't really do much. Like, most of the time he's in a Phantom or something. I can't do that because I don't have a Halo 2 Phantom. That would be great if they made a set for that, though, please. Anyway, basically, this set is just Halo 2 because literally all the figures are Halo 2, and the whole story of it is Halo 2. It's just the Arbiter being sent on suicide missions against the Marines, and the regret or truth or whatever prophet you want it to be being completely useless, as well as the brutes being completely useless during the fight. So, there you have it. These are the two Battlescapes that I have set up that are not gigantic and will not take a whole hour to review. The other one might take quite a while to review. Anyway, before we go, this figure is Sergeant Johnson. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Definitely a Halo 2 Sergeant Johnson, though. Although I suppose you could actually take a Halo 3 one, like a Halo 3 figure, and put his head on it, because his head is going to be the same no matter where he is, because he just has his little captain's hat. So, there is your review of these two Arbiter setups that I've made for myself. Ignore the fact that Noble team members are standing around the background. That totally doesn't have anything to do with anything. And then I will see you guys next time.